really admire St. Vincent de Paul because of all the charitable work he did, all his help that he devoted to those who were less fortunate than he was. And education is part of obtaining the means of helping others.
He really worked to help those living on the margins and to advocate for people who don't have the resources to do so.
Actually walk your walk and do what you say and live your life through action is so powerful.
He was a man who loved to spread the love of God through service. And I try to take those values onto myself because they're universal practices. I'm able to follow in those footsteps without it contradicting anything I believe.
Today, more than 360 years after his death, we continue to share the wisdom of St. Vincent de Paul because they are still relevant. St. Vincent knew that if we could make a positive difference in the lives of the poor and the underserved, they could take it from there. DePaul University continues to share that same belief and that same generosity. We want to be there for young people at this specific moment in their lives so that they can advance and make a difference in the world.
Vincent de Paul's dream to raise society to change the world still lives on in the students, the faculty, and the alumni of DePaul University.
I really wanted to come back to school primarily because my work in corporate was not giving back to my community. I felt very strongly that the African American students really needed some help.
I feel like DePaul is a great fit for me because it feeds into my drive. Companies that come to the school and the encouragement given by faculty to encourage kids to actually go out and fit an idea of what they want to do with their life in the future.
My brothers and my sister and I were the first generation in our family to go to college and on to professional school. DePaul University welcomes all who have similar dreams of a better life.
When I'm sitting with my colleagues, we start to think about the dignity of our students, where they're coming from, their different backgrounds, how to affect that and how to consider that, what they're going to need to take into the future as far as the skills, the interactions, and the ability to make a difference.
We have a respect here for both interdisciplinary research and research that has an applied element to it, while at the same time sort of allows you to grow intellectually. And students, they feel that.
Documentary filmmaking has an inherent social justice attribute, and one of the things that we realized as we worked with students on different projects was that we were shaping how they thought of the world, putting them within that space, putting them face to face with people that they could have conversations with, that they could then tell stories with as opposed to telling stories about, really has had an impact.
There is no more important day in the entire academic year than commencement. And in a given year, we will graduate as many as 6,000 or 7,000 students. And at that moment, when the president hands over that diploma and shakes each and every one of those students' hands, what we as faculty and staff at DePaul realize is that no student at DePaul gets from the front door to that stage without what we as faculty and staff do every single day.
When people ask the question, what must be done, they often apply that to the community or to the world. But for me, oftentimes, the question of what must be done is what must be done for the person right in front of me, and most often that's students.
As a non-traditional student serving in the military prior to coming to DePaul University, DePaul has welcomed me with scholarship opportunities, flexible schedules, that way I can work and go to school, and many networking opportunities, so that way I can set myself up for a prosperous future.
One of St. Vincent's most famous sayings is that it's not enough to do good, it must be done well. Our faculty and staff make a huge difference in the lives of students by not only doing good work, but also doing it well.
There are over 4,500 institutions of higher education in the United States. Traditional colleges, universities, the online programs, the for-profits, but each of those tries to present something distinctive about what sets them apart from the rest of the crowd, what makes DePaul distinctive is the name above the door.
The mission we talk about in Many Dreams, One Mission is the mission to serve the dreams of each generation of students.
St. Vincent used to say to his followers, "Love is inventive unto infinity." In other words, if your heart is in the project, you will find a way. That sentiment has always been true at DePaul. Our predecessors saw the needs of our students first and pushed forward with the belief, we will find a way to educate you and to help.